All right.
Okay, what are we going to talk about?
Adrian Peterson.
Serious.
Adrian Peterson. He and the Vikings could be headed towards a nasty divorce. At the Combine.
Had to bring that up, huh?
At the Combine, Adrian Peterson's agent got into a shouting match at a restaurant with the Vikings vice president of football operations. Adrian Peterson and his agent don't feel the Vikings supported him through this whole child endangerment trial, this whole hearing. And although some people in the Vikings organization say they want Adrian Peterson back, Adrian Peterson and his agent aren't so sure that they should be going back to the Vikings. So I'm wondering, how is this thing going to end? And then I want to take it one step further. If Adrian Peterson is available, and keep in mind, he's going to be 30 years old this season. If Adrian Peterson is available, and the Broncos are intent on improving their running game and giving Peyton Manning a lot of help, taking much of the burden off Peyton Manning's shoulders, should John Elway pick up the phone and call Adrian Peterson's agent?
No, no.
Why not?
Well, you don't want to get in the middle of that. And who would want to deal? What team executive would want to deal with that agent? He not only got into an argument with the Minnesota Vikings VP, he got into, if you read beyond that, during the Combine, he got into arguments with executives from other teams too.
He seems to be fairly volatile.
I've never heard of him. I guess he must represent a number of players in the NFL, but if I'm an executive, I don't want to deal with him. They're agents you don't want to deal with. So forget about Adrian Peterson and his being a head case and that he's at the end of his career.
Is he at the end of his career?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. If Adrian Peterson were to come back to play football this year, and he intends to fully, you don't think he's the best running back in the game? Okay,
tell me who he'd go to. Let's say the Raiders, because they take malcontents and reprobates and wannabes. He goes to the Oakland Raiders because they're getting rid of McFadden. They're finally getting rid of McFadden. Every year they want to get rid of him. Well, they have done it now. So they have no running back. Your question then would be, I would think, how much yardage could he rush for? I think with the predominance of passing, I don't think he goes to another team and he is the star that he was with the Vikings. And this is, look at Chris Johnson. I mean, Chris Johnson's now 34, 33, 32. He was finished two years ago.
But Woody, Adrian Peterson is a different cat. This guy is in incredible shape.
So you're saying you think he can go and
I think Adrian Peterson comes back, and I think he and Marshawn Lynch are still the two best running backs in the game. And keep something else in mind. Adrian Peterson didn't play this last year. So he's fresh. He's perfectly fresh.
And a year older.
And a year older, making a lot to do
I don't want anything to do with
it. He's going to be making like 12 and 14 and 16 million over the next 3 years of his deal.
He's more of a.
They also have a very young quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater. He needs the help.
He's more of a Barry Sanders kind of runner. We had Barry on the program and at the Super Bowl where he kind of goes forward, goes sideways. He's sort of a side hill kind of runner.
Adrian Peterson?
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Oh, he'll run over you, Wood. He'll run right over you. He can do everything.
He can
run around you, and he can run right over you.
Are you talking about Adrian from the movie Rocky?
No, I'm talking about Adrian Peterson.
No, he's more of a going all over the place.
He can do that, but if need be, he'll run right through you.
Okay, all right. I stand corrected. I'm totally wrong.
I didn't say you're totally wrong.
But my opinion is the Broncos shouldn't touch him. C.J. Anderson's going to be perfect for the system. He is exactly what you want in a zone blocking system. One cut back, one cut, and you're going against the grain. One cut. Adrian Peterson is not a one cut back. He is a guy that's searching for a hole and being able to fool people out of their jocks and stuff like that. C.J. Anderson doesn't fool people out of their jocks. He's a guy that goes like this, and because he's got those thick kind of thighs, they can't, as Adam Gase told me, he said you can't really get a good handle on his thighs, so you got to go real low or come up high, and so that's why he gets away from tacklers. So you got him. Juwan Thompson, we liked him in the spots we saw him in last year.
He might even end up playing fullback.
Ronnie Hillman's not going to be back with his team because he doesn't fit into this kind of system. He's not a one-cut back. I think the kid they got that had played for the Raiders, Stewart, is that it?
Yes.
That we didn't see very much of. I think he's going to be there. I think Bibbs is going to be more a factor. The kid out of CSU, he came out a year too early. Really? Now he's coming out. Now you're getting a rookie. And so there's 4 backs. You can fill in with a couple other people. I don't think, you're going to run 5. They're going to get a fullback for one of these free agent fullbacks. That's 5 running backs. That's all you're ever going to have anyway. So we've dealt with that. Adrian Peterson, so you want to pay him $10 million?
Oh, it's more than that.
Well, I know what he's making, but I'm saying he's going to have to come at a discounted price. You really want to pay him $10 million?
No, I'm just asking the question.
I know, and I'm just answering it.
Okay.